Hey guys, Hades here. I'm starting off where I left off with part A. This will be random 5B. And for this one, we're going to do 3. It's a little longer than my normal random one, so we're going to do 3 sections for this. So this is 5B, random 5B. And there's a random image. What does technology mean? What do you think has been the best technological advance in history? Now that you can just answer out loud. We're not really having a discussion. If I were teaching a class, I would have students answer that. And what is the difference between an innovation and an invention? A kind of simple definition of technology is that it is the application of science and knowledge for practical purposes. An invention is something completely new, right? And an innovation is an improvement on an existing invention, right? So an invention is new and innovation is improving something that already exists. What technology doesn't exist now but might exist in the future? What do you think will be the coolest invention in the future? Now, you can say those out loud or put them in the comments. Up to you what you do with that. If it was a normal class, I would ask particular students to answer those. What is an acronym? What does AI stand for? Okay, since I didn't put it in here really quickly, an acronym is an abbreviation where every letter stands for a particular word, like ASAP or ASAP, as soon as possible, or USA, United States of America. That's an acronym. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence does not yet exist, I think. Technology is moving pretty quickly, so I guess it's possible it does exist. In order for something to be considered AI, it has to be technological, not biological. And AI has to be able to think for itself. The definition can be loose, and some people claim we already have AI machines. But I'm going to disagree with that, right? In order for something to be truly AI, most people believe that it has to actually think and come up with answers that have not been programmed by humans, right? So you can play chess against your computer, but the computer's not thinking. You can talk to Siri or I don't know, Alexis, but that's all been programmed by people, right? It's not a sentient being thinking for itself and answering questions by itself, right? So in order to be AI, it has to actually be able to think, not just have been programmed by a person. Right? As I said, there are already machines that can play chess and do complicated math problems better than humans. But like I said, the equations have all been programmed by humans. True AI would have to think, feel, and reason on its own. There's C-3PO. Some people feel that it is morally offensive to create true AI. If machines can actually think on their own without being programmed for certain responses, then it is conceivable that they can take over the world, like in the Terminator films, right? Once they realize, we don't want to be slaves to humans, let's just do our own stuff, right? That can be dangerous, a lot of people believe. What is teleportation? If we develop this technology, how would it change the way we live? That, again, is something that's more of a discussion question. If you feel like answering it, please do in the comments. Teleportation is the theoretical transfer of matter or energy from one point to another without traversing the physical space between them. In other words, a machine that can move something somewhere else without it physically traveling there, right? Like you get in a machine in Tokyo and then suddenly you appear in Bali or something, right? It's you don't actually physically travel there. The machine moves you there. Teleportation as an idea was first thought to be magical, and it might be more in like fantasy stories. However, it entered science fiction and became popular with the original Star Trek series of the 1960s, where it went from fantasy to science fiction. And fantasy and science fiction are two very different things, right? Fantasy is more magic. Science fiction is more science-based stuff that maybe could possibly happen physically. Yeah, a lot of people don't think teleportation can actually happen. It's not physically possible, right? Many scientists believe it's impossible. Others believe that you would have to have a machine that can create biological matter, and basically you would be destroyed. Then each molecule of your body would be rebuilt at the destination. And some people say that's the only way this can work. Otherwise, it's physically impossible. So you'd have to, every time you teleport, basically your body's completely destroyed, and then it's built again at the end of your journey, wherever you're heading to. There's a random image. I'm hoping that's fake, right? Someone closed the garage door and the cat got caught in it. I think that's fake. Let's just pretend that's fake. Otherwise, that's not nice. Okay, in these random ones, I like to ask trivia questions sometimes. So let's do it. How many colors are in a rainbow? What do we call a female dog? How many dimes equal $1 US? Who wrote A Tale of Two Cities? We've already discussed AI, but can also stand for what else? Meaning, AI as an acronym has more than one meaning. What else can it stand for? And what do we refer to as a color that is actually known in the scientific community as the absence of color? Okay, a rainbow is a reflection and refraction of light off moisture particles in the air. You probably already know that. Roy G. Biv is an acronym given for the colors of a rainbow. And remember what an acronym is, right? It's an abbreviation where every letter stands for a word, right? Roy G. Biv. So R is red, O is orange, Y is yellow, G is green, B is blue, I is indigo, and V is violet. So those are the colors of the rainbow. That's a good way to help you remember it, in English anyhow, right? Roy G. Biv. A baby dog is called a baby dog is called a puppy. A male dog is usually referred to as dog, but sometimes sire if it's a father, right? And sometimes bastard. And a female dog is a bitch. So you might think bitch is kind of a bad word, and it is, but it has a meaning that is not a bad word. It's literally a female dog. A dime is the common name for a U.S. coin that is worth 10 cents or 10% or 1/10 of a dollar. So 10 dimes equal $1. The slang term for dollar is buck, which is also what we call a male deer. Right? So we take a number of these animal names and then we use them as slang for other things. Charles Dickens wrote A Tale of Two Cities in 1859. A Christmas Carol, The Adventures of Oliver Twist, Great Expectations, Bleak House, and David Copperfield are other well-known novels written by Dickens. I like Charles Dickens. I got into him in high school because I was forced to, but I think we read Great Expectations. But after that, I went out and read, I haven't read everything he wrote, but I have read, I don't know, about 10 novels. I really like Charles Dickens. Good writer. Different than contemporary writers, though. A lot of excess information given. And people today, contemporary writers today, are quicker to get to the point. But I really like Charles Dickens. And if you like to read, I recommend reading some Dickens. As already discussed, AI can stand for artificial intelligence. But it could also stand for Adobe Illustrator, Air India, Amnesty International, Active Ingredient, artificial insemination, and 148 other meanings. So, yeah, normally we think AI, we think artificial intelligence. But depending on the context, it can mean one of many other things. Okay, some say that black is not a color, but the complete absence of all color. Hades still calls it a color, and I think it's the coolest color. Black is often used to represent death, mourning, darkness, evil, magic, and secrets. But I just think it looks cool. I like the color black, and most of my clothes are black. Okay, another random image here. That's funny because it looks like the pandas are in jail, not in a cage, right? They're really just in their cage, but they're standing up and holding the bars like people, so it's kind of funny looking. Okay, guys, here's where I'm going to end Part B, and pretty soon I'll get around to releasing Part C. So this is 5B that's finishing. I've already done 5A, and I will do 5C. Because this one's a little longer, I divided it into 3 parts. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something. Alrighty. Bye-bye.